Good evening, my berserkers and my shield maidens. It is I, Runeding the Viking reviewer. Welcome to my Halloween special. Now, this has always been my favorite time of the year, simply because for me, it's always been that one time of year when one can really let themselves go. There was just something about the atmosphere of Halloween which always appealed to me, whether it being getting to dress up in some costume to pretend to be a monster, or the month-long horror movies that the standard cable channels would play back in the day. Still to this day, my inner darkness begins to giggle with glee the moment that I see the stores start to put their Halloween decorations out. With that being said, I decided to compose a list of games that I feel really help embody the spirit, if you will, of the season and the holiday. So, without there being any type of a top 10, this is just a random list of games that I have composed to help keep you in the mood for Halloween. Here we go. What is going on? So first on the list, we have Evil Dead Fistful of Boomstick for the original Xbox. Now in this game, you actually get to play as the main protagonist from the movies, Ash, who is actually voiced by Bruce Campbell in the game.
So you're probably asking yourself how a handsome devil like me ended up in a place like this with you, right?
The whole premise behind this game is that some pompous professor found the Book of the Dead, the Necronomicon Ex Mortis, and decided that he was going to go on to some occult TV show. And therefore he did the translations for the book and proceeded to read it over the air. Well, this caused the spell to be broadcast across the city, therefore bringing forth the Deadites. So as Ash, it is now your job to send these demons of the underworld back to hell and serve up a bit of whoop-ass while you're at it. If you're anything like I am and a fan of the Evil Dead series, you will definitely find this game groovy. Next up, we have a strange yet interesting game that deals with murder, mystery, the supernatural, and investigation. A game by the name of Deadly Premonition. Now I will say that I found this game a little strange and a little weird. You play as FBI agent Francis York Morgan, who has been sent to the small town to investigate the series of murders that have been taking place there. Upon arrival, he notices things that are a bit strange, but honestly, the game starts off by kind of giving you clues that perhaps the agent isn't exactly all that stable himself. It appears that he's dealing with some deep-rooted issues of his own. Now, I understand that this game actually has a pretty decent fan following, and I can definitely understand why. The game does a pretty good job at creating a very dreary and gloomy atmosphere that at times can be a bit unnerving. The controls I found were a little wonky, but you do adjust to them. And I will also say that the possessed creatures or people within the game at times can be a bit creepy, the way that they move backwards kind of unnaturally. So if you feel like playing a detective story that requires you to be a bit of an exorcist via a bullet, then I would definitely give this game a try. Ooh, positively terrifying. So next up, what is going on? What the hell was that? Hello? Hello? What was that? Hello? Hello? God, there's something fucking going on around here. What the fuck is going on around here? The hell? Something very strange is going on around here. Okay, I really have no idea what's going on around here. But on with the review. So next up, we have a game by the name of Jericho. Now, a fact about this game is that it was actually written by Clive Barker. That's the same guy who wrote the original Hellraiser. And if you're expecting that level of creativity and awesomeness, you are sadly mistaken. Now, the whole premise behind this is that you're a part of an elite special forces unit whose primary objective is to deal with extreme matters of the occult. Now, I don't mean like, oh, some witch is gonna cause some neighborhood to have diarrhea or something. No. I'm talking about some old god is coming back from the dead to give an entire nation dysentery. You know, real problems. Now, Jericho does suffer from one fatal flaw, and that is the game itself. Look, it isn't that the game isn't an interesting concept. On the contrary, it actually is. The whole returning to the first city of man that has been fought over since the beginnings of human civilization, to where ancient evil dead gods lay that you have to put down. It's all really cool, and Clive Barker did do a very good job at constructing the story arc. I actually found to be quite interesting in its own right. The biggest problem with the game is the game itself, and the fact that each independent level only has about maybe 3-4 enemies top, and they repeat themselves over and over again, where it becomes very repetitive. Plus, the game itself, on top of everything else, is just a mediocre shooter. Now, one of the biggest problems I have with this game is actually the in-between stages after you complete a level. You get your mission log. Oh my god, this thing is the game breaker. It is so boring in the fact that it just keeps going and going and going. I want to play the game. I don't mind reading a bit of text, but come on! This is ridiculous. I don't want to play stupid shit. So there you go. That's Jericho. What is it in essence? It's a mediocre shooter that definitely does fit into the horror theme. Like I said, the story is interesting. It's just the gameplay and execution that kind of falls flat. Okay, well, so far these have been pretty good. Let's see, I covered that one, I covered that one. I don't know, which one can I do next?